Hey folks, Mark Devine here with Mark's Daily Brief. Someone asked me, how do I stay focused in times like this, times of crisis? And I thought I'd share a few ideas on that for you. And do with them what you will, but they might be useful. First, consider that even though we want to operate as an integrated person, when we look at areas of improvement, how to improve our lives, it helps to kind of chunk it out and look at the different areas or aspects of our lives where we spend the most time, we make the most decisions. So personally, when I do that, I look at it and say, okay, right now, the 4 areas that I really need to, I have a lot of decision overhead is around my physical development, physical health, physical training, around my mental health and mental training, around my relationships, and then around my finances. So a lot of thought goes into that stuff, and I imagine that for you, the same goes true. So I'm gonna look at each of those areas, and I look at the things that I can do, should do, or already do, and then I will chunk it down and apply the Eisenhower Decision Matrix and ask, what's the most important and urgent thing for me to do right now that's going to move me forward and maybe break through so I get stronger and gain momentum and more focused, especially now during this time of VUCA. So in my mental training is to really double down on the silence practice, eliminating all distractions and cutting out the clutter, so that I can really tune in and get the insight that I need to move forward, forcefully. For my body, it's really doubling down on my physical training, nutrition, and sleep, and even becoming more effective with that. So I've cut out a lot of caffeine, cut out all the alcohol stuff, and now it's like really game on. Get great sleep, stay focused, be really healthy. For finances, just like you all, it's kind of like a little mini Manhattan Project. Just take a look at all the things that I don't need, get rid of that, and how am I deploying my resources and shoring up the ship. Okay, and then from relationships, everyone is dealing with new orientation around relationships. We're dealing with our team virtually, that brings up issue. We're dealing with our family and having to be sequestered. And so looking at the most important things I can do with my relationships, and it might be just to help them overcome fear, or to keep them less distracted and to, spend more time with them. So there's some thoughts at the personal level. At the professional level, if you're an organizational or team leader, you can do the same thing. The 4 areas that I'm looking at right now are cash flow, organizational alignment, the team's mindset, and then revenue opportunities, new revenue opportunities, and maybe how do we shift focus and get rid of things that aren't really serving us anymore. So it's a great opportunity to really focus in on the right things for the right reason to come out of this situation stronger. And whether we're in a crisis or VUCA or not, this is the new normal. I could have this conversation at any time and tell you that this is good advice and it works. So I hope this is helpful. Now get out your journal and begin to make a quadrant with those 4 categories at the personal level. Upper left is mind, upper right is body, lower left is relationships, lower right is your finances, and start listing out what you're doing already or what you can do, and then rank and prioritize them using that urgent and important idea. And so you're going to come up with some great ideas and then zero in on those. Same thing, you could do that if you're a professional organizational leader. If you haven't already, I'm sure you have, but you can always tighten it up and look at your cash flow, your organizational alignment, your cultural mindset, and your revenue opportunities, and ask yourself, what can you do to improve from a most important and most urgent standpoint. Okay, so focus, 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 and focus precedes success. You'll come through this with a lot more momentum, more alignment, and maybe a little bit of a simpler model that'll be more effective for this new VUCA world we're in. Thanks for joining. Join my YouTube channel, if you would, subscribe to that, and you can follow me at Real Mark Devine and send me any questions or things that you'd like me to talk about. Thank you. Hoo-yah.